Never confuse accomplishment with activity. Activity implies mere busyness. A lot of people are busy being busy. They're like a rocking chair. They have a lot of movement, but make no progress. Busyness is actually a form of laziness. The busy person has to be doing something, anything, without regard to its importance. They major in minor things. As Stephen Covey, author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, have said, too many people get caught up in the thick of thin things. Successful people operate differently. They have an eye for the essential. They separate the significant few tasks or actions from the trivial many. They think through what tasks make the most difference and allow those priorities to drive their day. They don't get caught up in trivia. Lily Tomlin once said, "Even if you win the rat race, you're still a rat." Here is the key to personal effectiveness: determining your highest priorities, then living in alignment with those highest priorities. In this video, I want to share with you a simple way to get crystal clear on your highest priorities, your most important actions. It's called the 80-20 rule, or the Pareto principle. Hello, I'm Del Gilbert, and this is another Accelerating Excellence Insight. Let's define priority. A priority is simply something that is more important than something else. Not all tasks are created equal. Some actions have a much greater return on investment than others. A simple way to get crystal clear on your highest priorities is through the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle, can be seen almost anywhere. For example, generally speaking, you wear 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. In your music library, you listen to 20% of the artists 80% of the time. And in business, 20% of the clients often provide 80% of the revenue. And when it comes to personal productivity, 20% of your tasks will lead to 80% of the results. In other words, if you have 10 things to do, your top 2 tasks will lead to 80% of the results. 2 out of 10 items on any to-do list will turn out to be worth more than the other 8 items. This is the law of the vital few and the trivial many. Let me give you a concrete example. Here is a sample 10-item to-do list for me in no particular order of importance. But not all tasks are created equal. Some have a much higher return on investment than others. Keeping the purpose of my business in mind, Accelerating Excellence, is to help people thrive in the marketplace and beyond. Let's put these tasks in order of importance. The top 2 items, creating an online course and creating a podcast episode, will lead to 80% of the results. Those 2 tasks will reach many people, and the content is evergreen. People can go back to it again and again. Now, the Pareto principle is not absolute. It's not a hard and fast rule. As you can see, item 3, preparing for a client training, is also a high priority, and so is putting together a proposal for a potential client. But they are not quite as impactful as the top 2. By the way, do you notice that the highest priorities take the most time and effort? It's so easy to gravitate to low-value tasks because we want to check items off our list. But that is not the way of the high performer. That is not the way to personal effectiveness. I'm not saying that the lower-ranking tasks shouldn't be done. I am saying that we need to understand their place. Low-priority tasks are usually easy to do and don't take as long. but they can't be done at the expense or in place of priority work. So let me ask you a question. Are you crystal clear on your highest priorities? Have you thought through what you are hired to do and what actions lead to the greatest results? The 80-20 rule helps you identify the handful of actions that will have the biggest impact on your work. Find the few tasks that generate the biggest results. As we conclude, here are 3 reasons it's absolutely essential that you get crystal clear on your priorities. Number 1, for personal fulfillment. We are happiest and work best when we are on mission, when our actions line up with what is most important. A second reason to be clear on your priorities is so that you can overcome distractions and trivia. If you're not clear on your priorities, it's easy to get caught up in the unimportant. There is a strong pull to things that don't matter. We drift into trivia. We never drift into important work. And a third reason to be clear on your priorities is so that you can accomplish great work. Think about it. Great work is hard. Great work takes focus and perseverance. If you don't believe in your highest priorities, or you aren't clear on them, you won't have the strength of purpose to accomplish great work. If you'd like to take a deeper dive into this subject, I want to encourage you to check out my Peak Productivity Masterclass, How to Focus on the Important, Manage the Necessary, and Enjoy Life Along the Way. It comes with your subscription to the Accelerating Excellence Online Academy. The best way to find it is simply to go to delgilbert.com and click on Accelerating Excellence Online Academy. I'll leave you with this quote from Brian Tracy. Your ability to divert your attention from activities of lower value to activities of higher value is central to everything you will accomplish in life. I'm Del Gilbert, and this is another Accelerating Excellence Insight.